Can we ride in this moment? Can we ride? Nothing's stopping us tonight. No, not a single brake light in our sight. In our way, I'll be your passenger. You lead the way. You lead the way. I'll let you take the wheel. I'm feeling something real. I need to feel that breeze rush. I'm feeling. Not a single taillight in our sight. All I see are green lights ahead. Lighting our way. Lighting up our way, yeah.
Good evening everyone, welcome for the final round of the PureSimGear GT3 Championship. And so as always, we are here in Oulton Park in the British countryside for 60 minutes of racing in what is in my opinion the worst possible track ever imagined by humankind. But anyway, where am I? That's a nice question. I want to go with the first driver that is going to set a time, which is I think Alan Brown. As we can see here from the 738 car, and I'm quite sure he's the only one, the first one. Let me see just to be certain. 55 is not in a lap yet. Yep. So effectively, Alan Brown is the first one that is going to be the first one to cross the line and to then put an effective lap time for our standings, provisional standings, obviously. What has to be said about Oulton Park? And I would like to have some info. I can't provide any. I literally raced there yesterday for the first time in my life, and I ended up crashed into a wall with the Porsche Super Cup, so that's the best I can say. It's a track. No, I still remember the times where I did some GT4, which is nice, some GT3, some GT4. But anyway, Alan Brown sets the first time in lap, 33.3, obviously. It's going to be an improvement one way or another, either because the track gets better or because the drivers get better. So for now we have the first pole, which is Alan Brown, then Bertoncelli in second place, then there is Carving in third, but the AIM tonight are quite low in number compared to the pros. Can't be sure, but I think there are 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, oh no, okay, 15, 15, half and half. It's 50% attendance in both classes, so 15 and 15, for a total of 30 drivers. And it's going to be the final hour of the championship and the season altogether. I need Christian not doing that. That's not the correct racing line. Apparently the curb kinda let the car jump, and the result was a lap completely ruined. Unfortunately, because it was effectively a nice lap while I'm going here to take what I need to be taking. No improvement for now from no one, which is odd. It has been the first lap, and then No, Mihai is improving, okay. He is improving, and same goes for Thompson. So there is some improvement. Mihai effectively would also put his car a position higher in the current standing. Speaking of standing, I have here... Okay, no, in the pros it's a bit... It's a bit odd to say something. Okay, so the effective challenge in the championship is still in IM, considering in the pros there is Mattia Nakira, who has something broke. 26 point advantage on Rock Cops, so for tonight Nakira just needs to finish. And not even, because Rock Ops is not here tonight. So he literally has to just exist to win the championship. Yes, I think it's not that hard. As Mihai went in 4th, Karasanovic went in 3rd. I wasn't looking. Karasanovic went in 3rd, 6, 7. I can't read anymore. 7 tenths of difference from pole. So effectively, until Nakira exists, he just has to start the race and he will be crowned champion in the pros. In IM the situation is slightly different, as there is a championship to be fought for. 7 points of difference is the gap between Blanchett and Stick. And Blanchett in the number 5, with Stick in the number 38, not participating in qualifying for some reasons. Not really sure which are the reasons, just know that there are some reasons. So effectively there is a challenge for the championship, with Stick being 7 points ahead of Blanchett, so you just need 7 points of 7 positions or less. He has a qualiban, that's the reason. So qualiban for Nick Stick, current championship holder and leader with just 7 laps, 7 points. Alan Brown seems to maintain the pole for now, with the first effective lap that he has put on the tarmac, while Bertoncello is improving a lot. Now into the 5 times, no 4, it's getting lower. So 3.5 for now. You just need the 160 to gain the lead of the IM. Couple of drivers that are improving. There is Gibbons currently improving 3 times, but he needs at least 5 for a position. And I think it's a nice way to put the car here. Quite hard to see that Sticky is going to have a qualiban, and yet not be the last one, considering there is Filipov in the pits and Gedman still without a lap, as Christian Bertoncello lost everything in the last sector, so he will not improve the position, but he still has a single attempt to make it. No, maybe 2 even. Okay, he will definitely need the second one, considering his lap is already not a valid 1. And he has, I think, 5 seconds to put another lap, which I think he is aware of, considering he is going slightly slower, possibly to maintain the heat on the tires and not overheat them. Mihai is still 4th, so Blanchett going in 8th. Maybe it was... no, it was Gibbons going in 10th, sorry. It was Gibbons going in 10th and completing his qualifying, as Blanchett considers the grass as a second racing line, which I'm not really a supporter of that. Bertoncello, I think Bertoncello is utilizing a bit of a certain tactic to get faster, which is called not doing the chicane. It wasn't necessary, but it is better safe than sorry, at the very least. Mihai, I think it's qualifying over for him too. 6.06 here is improving. He needs 140 milliseconds to gain a position, and for now he is definitely complying with situation that has been put on the table with a 10th more. That's a bit dodgy. He can do it. He will do it. And as a matter of fact, for now Bertoncello has already started his next qualifying. Brown qualifying over as he goes wide in turn 1, so he just needs to pray that the Italian doesn't put a good lap, which for now is the case. Same goes for Karasanovic. Okay, he's for now into the required gap. Question is, will he do the last turn correctly? Sorry. And in fact he does. Karasanovic goes third, 562 away from pole, against a position in his qualifying, while Bertoncello, after the initial good attempt he was making, it's possibly qualifying over after a couple of mistakes that he made during his lap time. As you can see from the left side of your screen, he's still 2 times off, improving massively his time, and he's also off the line, so effectively it's a trip at a definitely higher speed than what has to be going. Grazie. As Gedman goes for an improvement, but I think now it's the time of the pros, with the other 15 drivers. First in line is... give me a CCTV. So we have Marco Chedi starting his lap already. I think he is the first one that is going to set a lap as the 737, the Swiss driver in the Beamer. But I think here the quickest car is going to be either the Porsche or the BMW and the Honda, obviously. But it's a track that I encountered so few times that I have no clue which car is going to be the faster. I just go by what could be, and I put the BMW because yes, the Porsche because it's a beast, and the Honda because it's just fast. That's it. For now, Marco Chedi is going to set the first lap in the pros. I wonder if it's going to be already faster than Brown. Currently he is the IM pole sitter. As for now, obviously Aston and Honda will possibly be the fastest cars, but that's because the BOP is kinda not made in a correct way. He goes effectively in 6th place, as Baron goes first. The Honda driver here for the Eclipse Racing Esports goes fastest with his teammate in 4th, nearly 2 times away. And Akira is now the fastest, 6 times faster than anyone else in the number 15 Honda, in the flat-out sim racing livery. So for now it's a 1-2-3 Honda with Garbi that puts his personal blue and red Honda in 2nd place. Obviously the first lap is usually the banger one, so not really the one to look at. Tires not yet heated, some mistakes, kind of understanding where the limit is considering it's qualifying. If you're doing qualifying like me, it means that you are practicing qualifying during qualifying, because I'm a very clever boy. Alfie Baron is currently improving 5 times on his lap, maybe utilizing a bit of slipstream from the BMW in front of him. I think he tried to cut as much as possible, but by doing that, it's a bit of time being lost. But I think he has got enough in his pockets to put at least in 2nd place the orange Honda. Nearly 2 times away from pole. Pole that will be possibly edited in the next following seconds, as he goes in fact quicker. 32.5 for the Italian, while Keenan went in third place, now being submitted by the number 14 Porsche, as Alex Zakdal puts the Aston in third place, 280 away from pole. And I'm still looking at the name to appear, which is James Perry, still without a lap, and for now in last place. Nakira will not improve, because he went wide. I'm still with Zakdal because he is currently improving a lot. And, well, more than a lot. It's nearly in pole position. Pole position section. With a very good improvement. Okay, now he is officially going for pole. James Perry went in 4th place, by the way. Only 4th for the Porsche driver, but I think an improvement is going to appear in the next following moments. The Audi is just stupid here. It doesn't work. Too many bumps. The car is not made for this track. That's the last time I drove here with a GT3, with an Audi. I regret it. And the Porsche was just stupid by myself, because I was literally doing the first runs during qualifying. Unfortunately, Zakdal lost everything in the very last corner. He was going for pole, and now he has to make everything back again. He was 4 times quicker, and it will not be this lap the one that will put him on pole. He was 4 times quicker than himself, so it was a certain pole position lap. And unfortunately, everything went into pieces in the last corner. Turn number 16, Lodge corner. Now James Perry is possibly utilizing that spot that has been left by the Swedish driver. And he goes in pole in the 1:32.477. And this is the Porsche number 4. With, for now, no improvement by no one. As I think James Perry will have Sergio Osorio. No, okay, Sergio Osorio gives him some space, but unfortunately too late, as James Perry is obviously not setting a new lap. Mattia Nakira is trying what he could. But I don't think an improvement is going to appear unless this last corner is just... Okay, apparently it is made in a completely different way, and he goes 13 milliseconds away from pole and stays second place with James Perry in first, with Alex Zakdal that is going to try to set another lap. A bit wide in turn 1, and in fact the lap is not going to be valid, and it's qualifying over. No, maybe not, maybe he still has a lap. And I would like to see him a bit higher in the standing, considering his lap was a nice one prior to the very last corner. He knows that it's just there, everything. Terence Keenan, 4 tenths on just a second and a half. The youngster here, possibly one of the future stars of sim racing world. He is currently 3.5 times faster than himself. And then we'll go with Mattia Nakira, because he was 2 times quicker than himself, and then everything went into pieces again. For now it seems like it's a nice lap. 4 times, could it be? It's going to be just 3.5, but enough to put himself into third place. A couple of milliseconds off the 2 times, as he was trying a bit too much. And Mattia Nakira goes in pole with a 32.3. James Perry now has to try, as Alex Zagdal just made it barely for another lap, but I don't think, yes, in fact. I was looking at what was happening, and again, turn 1 seems to be a problem for the Swedish driver, as James Perry will not set another lap, so it means that Mattia Nakira is going to be the effective pole sitter of the last round, and effectively the champion at this point of the pros and for the PureSimGear GT3 championship at all, just by participating to the race. So already we have our first winner of the evening, and the race hasn't even started. So you can already do donuts if you would like to. But I think he knows it already. And I need to go here, and I need to go there, and there, and there. So I need this, and I need this. Okay, so for now the qualifying is putting 8 cars as the pros. You can see from the green number plate. 9 and 10th are the IM with Brown currently class leader in pole in his class with Bertoncello. Is it side by side to him? Can I see? Okay, yes, it is indeed. You can see the white Aston on the left and the Honda on the right of your screen. Then there is Goodway, Kasanovic, Mihai, Firth, Juwig, Waizi, Terbusek, Thompson, Kasiterash, Corvin, Verust, Gigi, Blanchett, Burgio, Gibbons, Bro, Gervan, Stick, Osorio, and then Filipov. With Osorio, very poor qualifying performance by the Portuguese driver. And this was the last qualifying of the season, effectively, as it's going to be also the last drawn lap, just because I have to do something. From the next season, I think I will effectively introduce, as a matter of fact, okay. As a matter of fact, I think I will introduce the interviews at the end of the qualifying, as I was seeing a bit of critiques being sent, and seems like that was a bit of the idea. But for now, we'll go with the final drawn lap of the season. We have turn 1 here, which is old whole corner. Then this very bumpy section until the very end, into turn number 3, Cascades, the most famous corner of the whole track, for as much as you can see, which is not a lot. Turn 3 Cascades, you try to go as wide as possible over the grass, and then if I remember correctly, here you need to brake basically where the grass ends, so about here. I can't be reliable as always. Island Bend, which is turn 4, and then Shell Oil Corner, turn number 5, very close to the lake on your left. This is a banked one too. So try to achieve as much speed as possible. Here you try to brake where the red bollard is, so here. And you try to cut as much as possible off the chicane, and even if you could get a track limit violation. That was Britain's. And there is Hilltop, which is the only straight section of the whole track. You try to brake there on the marker. Second chicane, which is Hislops. With then 12 Knickerbrook. Who gave the names to this corner? Then uphill section, you can see already the engines popping out. Some Christmas tree decoration on the left of your screen. The only highlighted part of the whole track, because this is not a nighttime kind of racing venue. Water Tower at Druid's Corner, which is 15, the killer from yesterday's race. And then all the way around here, you try to break here the marker at turn 16, lodge corner, which is the last one. And also downhill on the exit, so you may end up spinning your car and losing everything. But for now, I will cut across the whole track over the paddock. If I can make it at least there. Where are the cars? Where are the cars? I can hear them, I can see them. No, I can't see them, that's for sure. Okay, I'm seeing some headlights. Here they come. The 30 cars for the final time are going to occupy our screen. So for the very final part, for the very final time, I can speak, I promise. We're going over the cars for this season, and then it's going to be 60 minutes, which is going to be a countdown to the end. And then tomorrow we start again, because tomorrow there is the 6 hour of Monza, which I still didn't practice for. So yeah, we'll do it just after the race, I guess. The beauty of the Mercedes. Okay, now this game is officially becoming a Need for Speed, with me following from here. No! This is so hard! Don't! Why can't I make it? Come on! I want to stay here. Okay, no, I give up. I can't really do it. Let's control. Give me another camera, give me another person, and give me another place to look at everything. Because for the very last time, I'm going to set the 4th place driver into Helicam, as tradition says. And tradition has been declared by me. As Terence Keenan and Alex Zachtal side by side, the two teammates, with Honda on the inside. As it's green light, and away we go with a very good start by everyone. Seems like Alex Zachtal with a bit of a poor one, while Mattia Nakira is clearly trying to get the lead of the race. And Terence Keenan is maybe thinking about something, but doesn't happen. Meanwhile, it's Alfie Barron gaining the position on... Oh, there is a bit of a contact between teammates there. No incident of large proportion for now, as Bertoncello is trying to gain the position on the leader of the class leader. So he's now Christian Bertoncello, the class leader, with Brown in 2nd place, and then Terence Keenan and Alex Zachtal again still fighting for the position. That's the 3rd one. Still some contact between the two drivers, but apparently it's going to be the Irish maintaining the position, with Alex Zachtal having a bit of a lost gap, and Alfie Barron just behind, thinking about something, just looking and waiting for any possible move, while Garvey stays in 6th with Christian in 7th, and Marco Chedi in 8th with the new class leader in 9th place, and Alan Brown in 10th. For now I want to see if Marco Chedi is possibly trying an overtake on Schneider. No move seems to be happening. And I also have to do this very quickly. Done. Okay, this is what I had to do already. Now Marco Chedi is still behind the Porsche number 14. The situation seems quite stable for now, with Mattia Nakira still the leader, James Perry still in 2nd place, Terence Keenan still in 3rd, even with a couple of contacts with his teammate in 4th that was trying the position. And maybe, oh, doing a yellow flag there. He is... That was my heart exploding. Why? Why did it happen? My ears. This was so loud. Ah, I think it has been. I hope it has been heard in live, because I had to suffer, and you all had to do it too. It was so loud. It was, my ears exploded. Damn. Alfie Baron currently is thinking about a move. I can't. But it was an enormous loud. I don't know why. But anyway, Matena Kira is now the fastest car on track, with James Perry just behind, 1.2 away. Alfie Baron clearly not having the best braking point with Aston in front of him, and this gives Garby a possible chance to get closer to the fifth place, and thus the top 5 of the race. Meanwhile, Krishnader is also being attacked by the BMW. They try to go side by side there, it's impossible. And now Christian Bertoncello is thinking about the outside, and it clearly doesn't work. Meanwhile, still the two side by side with Terence Keenan, who is trying to defend his position, and Alex Zachtal that unfortunately has to let not only Terence Keenan but also Alfie Baron. So he tried to go for a move. He tried to go for a position. Oh, that's Garby! That's Garby taking another line through the chicane. But obviously I think he will wait for the free orange cars. So Alex Zachtal passed from tying up number 3 to have to stay behind number 4 in 5th place, thus giving the two Hondas in front of him a chance to make a battle at this point. As Mattia Nakira set another fastest one in 33.4, and when I wasn't looking, it's Krishnader that has lost the position on the Swiss driver. We now Bertoncello behind him, but I don't think a position change may sparkle at this point, considering it's IM and the Pro. For now here, Terence Keenan still the leader of this little train that has been forming in the last couple of minutes, and there are 4.5 seconds of difference between him and James Perry in number 4. It seems like the 95 now wants the position being held by the 320. As there has been a difference, a position change. Also Bertoncello is now in 3rd. So something has happened clearly to Bertoncello. Oh, you can clearly see the problem there. He went for another line, a completely wrong one too, and he is now in 3rd place. So now Brown, sorry, class leader, with Karasanovic behind and Bertoncello in 3rd, as Mattia Nakira sets another one without really any difficulty. With Terence Keenan that is having some troubles maintaining the front pace, with a 34.6, and I think he's kinda slowing down everything behind him, and giving a chance to both Baron and Zachtal to approach him and to challenge him. I wonder if at this point it will be better to play team, or he effectively wants to maintain the lead of the train. Both ideas are in a certain way correct, individually speaking, because they're also individually fighting for a championship, and these ones are very important positions. I don't know why he left the McLaren, to be honest. I have no clue. It possibly went Honda because faster car, I guess. Which is true. As Matena Akira, 32.8. At this point, it's absolutely absurd how quick he is going. Only 4.4 for the other Honda. Now losing 4 times a lap by James Perry. But also the McLaren is the slowest car in the car park, so not really something that I wouldn't have done. Alfibaro now that has to challenge with his teammate, now going into the grass completely. And I think that's a wall for the Aston Martin driver. I was looking from the wing, and the reason is to be put into him going a bit too much wide, not braking in time, and I think the car is not existent anymore, at least the very front end. So one of the 3 ERS drivers is now out of contention. So this effectively leaves the challenge between the Hondas, one in 3rd and one in 4th, with Garbi that at this point is losing time even with the two fighting each other. But it was a completely race over. There is also Fearful with some yellow flags there. So Atiana Akira puts another one, 2.7. At this point I think he's just improving and improving and improving to the point we will get to the, I don't know, 0.4. Maybe, perhaps. So for now, the battle in IM, it's Alan Brown still in front with a white ERS livery. It is so much in front that he is also now battling. Oh, the reserves was like with the 100, not really facing the correct way. Something happened here with a 70. You can see Terbosak here with Dewey on the inside, and that's Blanchette making contact with him, to be honest. So it's the number 5 Ferrari, currently championship fighter, and I think even championship leader, because Tick is in 29th place and effectively 14th in class, while the number 5 is in 4th place. So there are 10 points of difference, which is less than the 7 needed for Blanchette. So for now, Blanchette is effectively the leader of his own championship. I think for now I want to give Bertoncello some coverage, because he is in 3rd place in class, 1.3 away from the lead. You can see there it's Alan Brown fighting with K. Schneider for the position, and this will put his car 1 position further away from the other 2 drivers. At this point, Schneider will become simply an obstacle for the other following drivers, more than anything, in Brown's perspective, which is not wrong. As also here is the battle for the podium overall. 3rd, 4th and 5th now being gapped by a single second. Oh, slightly more, but before it was like this. There is some challenge here. There is Alan Brown trying to fight with position, and he does, and he managed to get it. Now trying to have a buffer between him and the followers. Very nice move by Brown, making it from the outside. And you can clearly see there Krasanovic and Bertoncello fighting also for that position, but Bertoncello makes it, and he goes in second place in class, with now Chris Schneider in 8th, that will possibly defend as much as possible against everyone. But this may give Brown the chance to fly away as quickly as possible. Which is, I think... oh, I think the leader is off! The leader is completely off into the wall! And that's a second Aston Martin that had the same fate. So again, another Aston Martin, again the same spot. He went terribly wide while he was leading the race. Didn't stop in time. So this effectively leaves Bertoncello as the leader of the race in class. Oh, that's some contact, that's Schneider off. And that's Schneider spinning in the distance after some contact with the number 92, as you can see from the left of your screen. Clearly some contact was made between the two drivers. And now Bertoncello is the leader with Karasanovic just behind. And Blanchette is now third then, because I think Brown will obviously go into the pits to repair the car. So two pits that will need to be done by the British driver. And effectively this kinda gives Blanchette the podium position and thus the effective chance to make it as the championship leader at the very final round. Still here some challenge between the two Hondas. Heenan still lapping the same 4.5. Baron was lapping 4 times quicker when he had the chance to lap faster. So I wonder if Keenan has some troubles in his car, which is possible at this point because he's lapping very slowly compared to what he was able to do in qualifying. Or he is driving conservative, knowing that the pit is going to be... maybe he wants to try the overcut, and so he's lapping slower. Not entirely sure about that. But unfortunately something that I can't see is tires and driver's conditions in any way. That's something that I'm a bit sad about. So apparently Brown didn't go for the pit. He's trying to wait until they are open. But Burgio is showing yellow flags. And James Perry is the leader, and he also went wide in the same corner. And he's losing some places. Did he went wide? Oh, there was Mihai in the middle of the way. Did he manage to brake on time? Oh no, he definitely didn't. He made contact with the wall. And you can see all the cars that were passing by. There was Mihai in the middle. And now curving again. Someone with the car into over the wall. Oh, has it been making contact with someone? Okay, it didn't go. Okay, it was the 2-1. It was Garby making contact with the car in front of him. You can clearly see Garby going into Corving's back. And now you were seeing him into the pits. But this now puts James Perry in a bit of a difficult situation. In 5th place, who has now to defend against Marco Chedi. Also little update on the time. Seems like Terence Keenan is into... Oh, okay. What is happening there? That is Alfie Baron off, Garby off. What is happening? At 1:37, so Gibbons in the middle of the way, and Garby and Baron are off completely. Oh, that was him losing the car, or was it? And there are multiple yellow flags. There is Baron still out of the way. Cassiter onto the wall, and Marco Kelly is now second place holder. What is happening? I need some helicam view so you can see there. Oh, the 147 lost completely the car. Alfie Baron went over Keenan with Garby losing the car. Then there is Garby in the 95. You can see here from the helicam with Garby losing completely the car, and then there has been a contact with the 789 and the 14. So Chris Schneider and Cassiterash with the 14 on the inside making contact with the other driver. So completely destroyed race for the orange cars, as Keenan made his personal best in the very lap that calamity happened for the 147 Audi. So this now leaves Marco Cady in second place with James Perry in third. But I want to see back. Honestly, that was a major one, and I want to see it back. So you can see the Audi in front. He was braking in the middle of the way, and then you can see so now Bertoncello passes the Honda with clear rear damage. Alan Brown is now into the pits. He was possibly trying to jump the gun, but Waiz is now into the wall. There is more contact going on. Multiple cars being involved. Thompson, Waiz and GG, I don't know if they are completely related, but it seems to be a major contact here with 4 cars being involved. It was Terence Keenan going a bit in the side. Oh no, it's... Oh, sorry. That's... I was looking at the wrong car. So it is marked GG. And Casetas going absolutely wide. And then there were other cars being involved. So I'm really trying my best to understand what is happening. So Melker Garby effectively didn't have any damage on the involvement that you all saw earlier on. Keenan clearly did, and I think in fact the other Honda is not in the lobby anymore, and Gibbons is still in 21st. But I can't really understand why the Audi braked in the middle of the way, thus losing the rear and completely destroying 3 cars race. So Alfie Baron here is in the 95, is in the pits. So I wonder how much damage has been collected by the cars. So for now, James Perry has collected only 18 seconds of damage. The time is passing for the other 2 drivers. But I think it's quite possible that it is going to be longer than expected. Meanwhile, there has been also some contact between the 17 and 95 multiple time. So you can see the 95 there making some contact. Not entirely sure where is the contact there. Okay, yes, that's the contact. Definitely some contact with Dewig. But Alfie Baron is now out from the pits. The same goes for Terence Keenan. There was 31 and 36 seconds of damage for both cars. With James Perry, that was only with 18. GG with 32 seconds of damage. This has been a demolishing of the race by a single situation that was not held correctly by the 137, trying to unlap himself in the middle of a corner. So I expect some huge penalties for the Audi driver. But this effectively puts Matteo Nakira as the indiscussable leader of the race. And the second I said it, now someone will go and crash with him, because apparently that's how it works. Marco Cady in second place, and I have no clue who is in third. I will guess James Perry, but I have no single idea who could be in third with the pits. Speaking of pits, it's Bertoncello, the IM leader now in the pits, with Karasanovic P2 in class, and then there is someone in third, because I have no clue, even here. I think I need this, because otherwise I can't make it. Pit stop. This is not helping. Apparently no one made a pit except from James Perry downward. As Sergio Osorio is with yellow flags being shown. What I was saying, James Perry downward. Full good. Shut up. Okay, nothing happened. Shut up. I am here as a commentator, not as a manager. Even because it was... I can't do it, unfortunately. I have to stay objective. Sort of. But anyway. What was I saying? Okay. So if Bertoncello... Okay, so Perry downwards has already made the pit. This effectively leaves... No, Bertoncello downward made a pit. I have no clue who is in third in class. Nor in second. No, in second it's Karasanovic, but I have no clue who is in third. I think Blanchette. I think, because it's a normal. No, don't know. So now Firth is trying to gain a place overall, which will be the 5th. From the current provisional leader in class. But it's absurd how much of a gap there is now between Nakira and Cady with everything that has happened, fully because of backmarker being involved in the crime scene, because that was a crime scene, and the 989 still finding himself with some difficulties, now with a yellow flag being shown. For now you can see from the left side of your screen, that little number there is the pit stop being taken. Obviously here it's only one. That's a nice infographic to understand who made the pit and who didn't. Remember that possibly Brown has to make another one, because he pitted just seconds too early, before the pit window was, the pit lane was open, or the game considers the pit when you make it. In that case, Brown would have been eligible for making his pit stop, and thus he doesn't need to make another one. But that's something that will be understood afterwards, because for now I have no clue. I have literally no clue who, if he made it. or he does have to do another pit. Okay, the pit stop has been completed. 32 seconds, so perfectly in line. There has been some heavy damage to all three of the ERS cars. 36, 31. That's also 50 seconds of damage. There is Brown that had to face nearly 30 seconds of damage. So terrible night for me. But anyway, there is Furf that had 8 seconds of damage, apparently. Only 6, because 32 is the usual. And FRLACC that I think he will have some damage to the rear of the car after what happened with number 5. As Garby is now into the pits and instantly on his pit box, a very narrow pit lane compared to what we are used to see on the usual. It's also very short. I think I want to go back here because Furf is now trying to overtake one of the still non-pitted guys. And now the cars that still have to pit are very few. It's GG, it is Juwig, and it is Nakira, who at this point I think he is trying to stretch his stint as much as possible. Never mind, because he pits the second I say it. Because I still have to remember I am the commentator here, so whatever I say, it will not happen, and it will happen the exact opposite. So Juwig is still out, so I think at this point he will pit this very lap. As Bertoncello is the effective leader as expected, with Garby behind him, a couple of times behind the Italian, and then there is James Perry in 7th place and number 4, with then a 20-second gap to Furf in 8th. Now the question is who is going to be 3rd, because Karasanovic is in 2nd. And Verhulst is in 3rd. So Blanchett is in 4th place, which then means that Stick is in 24th, making the pit. Okay, never mind. So I think at this point, I think Blanchett is going to win the championship with his pace. And remember that Perry and Garby, the two drivers are in the same class and fighting each other after everything that could have happened has happened. Meanwhile, Garby overtakes one of the Hondas that is in his view, and I think Bertoncello leaves Perry pass by, so not really making himself an obstacle for the class fighters. And in all of these, Goodway is in 3rd. Well, for now, is in 3rd. 14 seconds off from KD. Goodway now has to defend against a very angry Honda and a very more angry Porsche behind him. So the car number 34 is finding himself in a very paradisic position for now, but I don't think it will last long. As you can see, Garby goes already into attacking mode, with James Perry coming into the chicane with an approximate speed of 20,000 kilometers per hour, considering the Porsche can brake in a quarter compared to the Honda that has to start braking the lap earlier. I'm also kind of having a look at the cars that have been involved in an incident of some sort, that are starting to get closer to other cars. I'm talking about Terence Keenan, now 8 times away from Waizi in 9th. So Bertoncello is effectively into no man's land in his class, with Krasanovic in 2nd and Velus 3 seconds away from him. The situation is still here. I don't think anyone will go back into the grass, as I think Garvey tried an impossible move. So the outside, oh, more contact with his drivers, and I think Garvey was trying to use the Audi to his favor. In some ways. James Perry stays behind Garvey, and I don't think the Porsche was asked nicely. It was just asked, and an answer wasn't even put into a document before the situation was already being taken care of by the Honda. But I think James Perry really wants that position. It calls him for how much a position can call someone. But that was definitely Garvey being a bit asking in a certain way to leave him alone. So Bertoncello with a bit of a VIP pass. So we'll have to look at the battle that may happen to Perry and Garvey, but also between Garvey and Goodway, because at this point I think Garvey, you can see here from this point of view, he's getting closer to the Aston Martin in front of him, who is lapping not very slow. He's lapping 34.5 in the last lap, which has been exactly 5 times faster than Keddy. With this pace, I don't think Goodway will make it to Keddy's position, unless something happens to the Swiss driver. And this one is completely useless because everyone has already made the pit stops. So for now we'll put the nationality. That's not the nationality. That's the nationality. So you can see from the wing that the problem is not anymore in front. It is now in his back. You can see very, very close to the car in front. He's putting a very, very good pressure on the car in front of him. And with this pace, it's highly possible that Perry and Garvey will try a battle in a place where it can't happen. A bit wide for the Honda driver, but the Swedish is clearly giving the British driver a huge fight. And I will not say which one, because both drivers are fighting hard for the same position. As for now, it is a bit of a huge fight between these drivers into the British sandwich with a Swedish in the middle. Three different cars, three very different cars. One being front engine, two, with the other two being, well, one is mid engine, the other is rear engine, so not even the same engine displacement for the 3 different cars. So 3 completely different cars with different engine placement, different wheelbase, different driver, the only thing that is the same between the 2 cars at least is the nationality of the driver, because both Goodway and Perry are from the Great Island. But for now it's completely a challenge between different skill sets and different proficiencies between cars and drivers, with now Goodway leaving a bit of a little pathway for the Swedish driver, trying to make a position. Contact between the Aston Martin. Oh, the Aston Martin is off. Oh, the Aston Martin is completely off track into the wall, with James Perry making the position. But it was clear that someone would have made it into the next lap. And unfortunately, it is the 221 and the 34 making contact. But I wonder here. Also, there has been a bit of a loss of traction by Garby's side, and this put you can see from the helicam how Garby lost the rear of the car and sent completely. Oh, there has been more contact here because now James Perry is behind. No. Okay, yes, he is. Let's see, while I was looking at the replay, there's been some contact between the 4 and the 2-1. From the helicam, you can see here that James Perry was ahead. And Gary made another contact with James Perry going off into the last corner. And making some contact with Christian Bertoncello, as I was saying it. With the 92, trying to cut across and leaving no space for the British driver. So apparently for tonight Oulton Park is giving a lot of incidents. Tonight's dish is chaos. So more contact between the 4 and the 221, which at this point is just collecting victims. And there is now Terence Keenan trying the overtake on the McLaren number 99 in front of him. That will be for the 8th place, at the very least. I think with this pace it's possible a 7th. Not sure about anything more. But 320 has to make the pass somewhere, and he can't really just decide to do it. He needs to do it safely. Or you can do like Garby and destroy completely the number 34. No. That's a way to make it. Just don't think it was made on purpose. At least I hope. Even if I have been... Someone made an overtake on me like that. And it was clearly made on purpose. It wasn't very nice, in my opinion, but he got a penalty, so so I got sent into the abyss and with a nearly broken wrist, but anyway, I'm still angry. Still a battle going on here with Wazy waving a bit, trying to defend as much as possible against his opponent. I think that was the Audi number 137. So Nick Stick, speaking of Audi, I think he is out of contention for, let me see, 1, 2, 3, no, never mind what I said. I am completely wrong without, because I wasn't looking behind, but effectively now Stick is in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In 9th place. While Blanchett is in 5th place. Leaving 4 points of difference between the two drivers. And I think Stick is still the current championship leader in IM class. With Blanchett that has to make some places. Meanwhile, James Perry passes Bertoncello for the 4th overall, leaving him with 3 seconds of gap that have to be filled in the shortest time possible. We'll go back here because effectively here it's battle for position. With the McLaren that here seems to be quite strong. So finally the 320 has to think about ways to make it. He thinks about the outside a bit too much, maybe too much of an optimistic move there, and he goes completely wide. And now he has to make back 2 seconds. So a bit of an angriness, and now his teammate is behind him, 2 tenths behind only. And I think they have to either work together or completely fight it to the end. You can see how difficult it is in this track to make positions, and with 15 to the end, championship wise, I think there is a position clearly into the cider. Okay, no, it really doesn't seem too much. It is Teneschino that has completed only 3 races in these championships, and all of them were a very good one. 5th place and the 4th place. With a DNF in Misano. I'm quite sure he finished in Misano. Unless I'm saying... oh no, that's not Misano. Let me see. Race number 5 was... Donington. Ah, okay. Yes, okay. That's the reason. Anyway. Now I'm back here because apparently James Perry is letting... Garby is letting James Perry pass by. So, sportsmanship wise, I think the Swedish understood that the move that was created was not born from a clean one. And the situation is back at the same with Waizi, back in the very front of the Honda on the driver. And that's the McLaren lagging a bit because he was being integrated into the British tarmac for a moment. He was becoming everything with track. And I think the Honda behind him wants to pass by. In fact, Alfie Baron passes by. And I think Teneschino is possibly thinking about his teammate being a bit faster than... oh no, I think he tried to let the leader pass by also. Because that's Mattia Nakira in front. So I either think Keenan tried to let his teammate pass by, or he let the leader pass by. But in any way, Baron passed for a moment. Sorry. Okay, that was terrible. Everything went bad in a moment. But anyway, it's Teneschino being way more than aggressive. He made a position while following the leader from the outside, taking Dewey out of surprise and thus making the position after a good while that he was behind the McLaren. And now Terence Keenan has another objective. It's called Oliver Dewey, and he is 4 seconds in front. But Waizi has to battle against the same exact car, but with a different driver. Alfie Baron is now trying the overtake on the same McLaren. And also remember that Baron and Keenan were basically lapping the same, if not with the British driver being even faster than the Irishman. But it's quite odd to see that Keenan is going as fast as Nakira, kinda putting pressure. No, he's actually Nakira has let the Irishman pass by, ironically. But I mean, I think Nakira wants that way. And Blanchette, I think he has a drive-through for exceeding track limits, because he's in the pits, but he is not stopping by, or he is. You see? But I don't think, I think it's a drive-through for exceeding track limits. It is indeed, and this now leaves just 2 positions of difference between him and Stick, with Burge and Bro in the middle. So I think at this point the championship is slowly fading away from his hands, and it's slowly becoming German and not British as I thought. As also Blanchette is out of the track completely. It's not clearly facing the correct way after the drive-through. So the reason is he was completely wide, touched the grass, a spin and a half. So that's the reason. And there is also Karasanovic. He was second in class and he lost the car in turn 1. And did he collect the wall? Yes, he did also. So now Verhulst is in second place. So now Verhulst is in second place with Karasanovic in third. As Baron made the overtake on Waizi after a while. And for now the situation is that the leader has passed back the Irish driver. So effectively it is 8 drivers, 7 drivers only in the lead lap. So 7 drivers only in the lead lap, with Terence Keenan that has his next target just in front of the leader of the race. But with 9 to go, I really think at this point there isn't much to fight for. The Italian currently has a 47 seconds lead. And the only thing that contact between the two drivers! Well, more contact with Dewey. As I was saying, the only thing that can that can take away that position is someone else. And I didn't even make it in time to say it, that it has happened. So contact with Nakira and Dewey, without Dewey that has to defend against the Hondas. Because it's 2 of them. And that's for the 7th place they are fighting for. But I don't think that 46 seconds lead has been ruined in any way. If anything, it has just been slowed down. I think Terence Keenan will try the overtake there in the last corner. No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. I thought it was launching the car. Maybe something happens in turn 1, and the answer is effectively yes. So Tennis Keenan makes the position, and I think Alfie Baron wants to add himself into the action, and in fact it happens the same move. So Tennis Keenan is now in 7th with Alfie Baron in 8th. And now there are 20 seconds of gap between him and 5th. So at this point I wouldn't be surprised if the battle happens between teammates for the 7th. Obviously when you're in a situation like that, I think team orders are not existent. And until they don't crash each other out, it's game on. And at this point, with 18 seconds in front and already a second and a half behind, with many more seconds to come, I don't think they are thinking about teamwork. Rightfully so, I would say, otherwise there wouldn't be racing drivers. So this is now the battle for 7th place between drivers that honestly don't belong here. So now you can see the Honda. Ooh, I think Keenan went a bit wider into number 17, no, 16. Can't count anymore. And this gives Alfie Baron the chance to try to get closer. But getting closer is different from getting the overtake. Very aggressive in turn 1. It's Alfie Baron. Number 95 currently still behind. 5 to go. 5 to go for the championship and the season and the race and everything in between, which is not much because I think I said everything. Very wide again. Keenan seems to be struggling to keep the car in the correct line. Baron lapped 33.9 while Keenan lapped 4.3, so 3 tenths of difference. No, 4 tenths of difference between the two drivers in the very short British track. 5th is lapping a second slower, so it's definitely not enough. They will need to go at least, I think, 2 or 3 seconds faster than 5th to get him. As I was saying, 4 minutes and a half, so we are speaking about 4 laps, 5 laps to go. No, 4 laps to go, because now the leader has crossed the line. So it is effectively 3 laps to go, sorry, until the end. And I don't think Nakira will have any trouble making it. Same goes for KD, making it in second. Same goes for Perry. After the overtake that he made on Garby, that he made back, Garby. Obviously, as always, be sure to check the QR code on the right of your screen for every other championship that you want to maybe organize. Considering this one is over, maybe you want to create a new one with your personal ideas and everything. Check the link on the right of your screen for anything championship related. Or if you don't want to organize one yourself using the QR code, here obviously we will provide you with them, with a new season coming, new endurance races and championship and everything. Speaking of endurance, tomorrow it's Monza 6 hours of Monza, so be sure to bring your I'm terrible in this. Your most powerful car, and we will bring a Mercedes because we want the power of the big hood because it's American. No, it's not American. I think it's the biggest engine displacement in the whole car pack. Is it a 5 liter? 6 liter? I don't know. But anyway, tomorrow it's going to be 6 hours. I will do 3 hours of commentary and 2 of racing. Which is cool. If you see an orange car, please don't touch us. I want to end this one. Even if last time it wasn't our fault, it was just poor bad luck because apparently game crashes while we are in a very good position. But anyway, it's another race, it's another time, and we are getting closer to the final lap of the season and the championship. So for now we'll stay here with this little fight, or chase better, ongoing, but I think we are close to go for the last 90 seconds of the lap. No, we are not close at all. It's still 15 seconds to go for Nakira. But anyway, I think I already started without making it on purpose with the final goodbyes. As the leader is on the final lap. And we are going with a lap with Nakira. I'm seeing that Karasanovic and Verus are switching position in class, but I think that's one of the two drivers that made a mistake because there wasn't that much of a gap earlier on. If I'm correct. But Nakira is going to end the final race of the championship in the lead. So the position that represents his position in the championship, because he also going to win the championship altogether. And the Italian just destroyed the field once again and made a championship on himself. As Stick managed to get another position, so that's just his championship being non-saved, because at this point it was already saved. Just to be sure, makes another position. But I think we have it. It's white smoke. We have the new pope. No, it's going to be number 15. Is going to win race number 7 and the championship altogether with more than 40 points of difference. I think it is. But it's going to be Italian. And Mattia Nakira completes the race in P1 with Terence Keenan and Alfie Baron completing 7th and 8th. And I think Juwig in 9th with Waizi in 10th place. It's going to be quicker this way because the Kid is still far away. So FRLACC in the 100 is going to complete the race in 11th place. And then we have, no, it's still very far away. Karasanovic completes the race in P2 with Verus in P3. Thompson, I think this time is KD that's closer. Yes, we have finally the second place finisher completing the race in the 737 BMW with James Perry just behind in the number 4 in P3 with Garbi in the 221 Honda. And then there is the IM winner of the evening, Christian Bertoncello, completing the race in 5th place overall. And I think I missed the leader. Yes, I think. Well, I did, but in time for a couple of donuts. It is the championship winner in IM class. It is Nick Stick, the German driver. So we have the two winner of the championship. It's Mattia Nakira with a very boring off. And we have the IM championship winner. So that's the championship being wrapped out and sent to, I don't know, someone. But it's effectively the end of it all, with some donuts being done by the winner of one of the two championships, and the other is still is here in the pits. But what does it mean? It means that we are going to encounter tomorrow afternoon for the endurance race. And Mattia Nakira, I think he won with the biggest gap ever made in a FRL race, possibly. But anyway, for this season it's all. It is everything from my side. I hope you had fun, and I hope you will be all here in the next season. But for now, I will just give you a see you all tomorrow, because tomorrow it's going to be endurance racing in my country. Yeah. Anyway, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, and I'll see you all next season. Not next race, damn. Next season for some incredible action. Be safe and goodbye. Ciao!